conclude करिए
ये बिल्डर्स की गुलामी कर रहे हैं।
Please conclude. Thank you. Vijayasai Reddy ji, Shri Vijayasai Reddy ji, yes please.
Yeah, please. Thank you, Vice Chairman, sir. Some of the members, honorable members of this House, quoting wholesale price index.
Please, silence please
To
in
be
the
the
House.
parameter.
Silence in the House, please. Honorable members, please do not
Please.
look behind. Honorable members, please take your seat. If you do not want, Mane Derek ji, please, thank you. Honorable members, please leave silently.
Sir, during the
1 second.
speech of the honorable member, there was a reference made about a member of the other house. So you may please
We will examine
it and then
We
discuss.
will examine it. Honorable Shri Vijayasai Reddy ji, please,
Yeah, Shivaji. Yeah.
Honorable, please. Shri Reddy has already started. Please.
Sanjay ji.
Please, Shri Reddy ji, please commence. Please, everyone, honorable members, please commence. Please, honorable
Vice
members.
Chairman, sir.
Please,
Some of the honorable members have quoted wholesale price index to be the parameter to prove the inflation, which is at 15.1%. According to me, the people do not buy the goods wholesale. It is only consumer price index is the right measure to judge the inflation, which is 7.1% in June 2022. Sir, it is undoubtedly high. It is not justifiable. 7.01% is unjustifiable, is definitely on higher side, and it is still lesser than, it is 7.0, I'm not justifying 7.01%, but it is still lesser than 10.4%, which was the inflation rate during Honorable Finance Minister Chidambaram time. Sir, RBI has got the mandate to keep the inflation within the limits with a median of 4% plus or minus 2%. I am asking the government, what is government doing? See, why RBI is not able to control the limits that it has imposed, 4% plus or minus 2% is the median. Sir, why this tolerance band has been breached? The entire RBI has further said the entire year for the remaining period, also the inflation rate would be well above 6%. This is the statement of RBI, sir. What is that the government is doing in this regard? Sir, inflation, according to me, inflation is a taxation without legislation. It is a taxation without legislation. Inflation, according to me, it's my own interpretation, is violative of Article 38 of the Indian Constitution. Permit me to read it in verbatim. Quote, the state, that is the central government, shall in particular strive to minimize the inequalities in income and endeavor to eliminate the inequalities in status, facilities and opportunities, unquote. So this is the responsibility of the government to control the inflation. According to me, the government of India, the present central government has failed to control the inflation. Sir, increase of price of essential commodities adversely impacts the poorest of the poor, sir, and the marginalized sections in the society. Sir, 1 lakh rupees in the year 2001 is now equivalent to that of 27,000 rupees. See, this is the value of the rupee as of now when compared to 2001. Therefore, it is the duty of the government to ensure that socio-economic security, to control the prices by controlling the prices and enhance the quality of life. Sir, the government, I advise the government, Honorable Finance Minister, to go for control of inflation, adopting the means of controlling the inflation. One, cash reserve ratio. Cash reserve ratio, which is 4.5% at present, may be raised by 50 more basis points, and accordingly the inflation also will be controlled. The next is statutory liquidity rate. The statutory liquidity ratio is maintained at 18% as of now, and it can be increased by the Reserve Bank of India in case if it is required to the extent of 40%. Sir, therefore, I request the Honorable Finance Minister to adopt these two measures and thereby control the inflation, sir. Sir, labor participation, 4 more minutes. Labor participation. Sir, the trauma of migration in 2020, COVID, low wages, lack of social security, support system have caused the less migrants to return to the urban centers. Those who have left the work and then migrated back to their respective places have not come back to the urban centers and not joined the duty. This is one of the reasons for the less purchasing capacity of the people of the country, sir. Sir, as per the National Statistical Office, the labor force participation in the quarter January to March of 2022 stood at 47.3%, which is miserably low. Sir, March alone, it fell to 39.5%, shrinking the labor force to 3.8 million, and further, female participation stood at only 9%, meager 9%, which I am Honorable Finance Minister, I would like to Finance Minister to take care of, to take cognizance of this. Sir, the coal and petrol prices, which our honorable members have raised it. Sir, the price of the coal and oil prices have increased, the supply chain disruptions. Coal and oil prices have been 7 years high as of today. In the last 7 years, this is the highest. The growth rate on the production of coal by Coal India Limited and its subsidiaries shows the negative growth. Minus 0.98% is the negative. Sir, between 2019-20 and 2021. So this is the state of affairs. Sir, in fact, today morning, Honorable Member from DMK, Kanimali Somuji, has raised this issue, cess and surcharge. Sir, between 2015 to 16 till today, what states ought to have got, had it not been cess and surcharge, it would have been the central gross tax revenue, and according to the Finance Minister, the center is distributing 41% of the gross tax revenues to the states, which is not correct. If at all central government includes the cess and surcharge also in the gross tax revenues, the real distribution of taxes to the states is only approximately about 31 to 32%. And states have lost altogether 11.26 lakh crores, and Andhra Pradesh alone has lost about 46,000 crores in the last 7 years. This is the state of affairs, and the center, in other words, I can say that center is robbing the states by imposing the cess and surcharge. Sir, input costs. There is a slowdown of pace in the manufacturing sector. Broad-based slowdown in the growth across the number of measures such as factory orders, production, export, input buying, and employments as clients and businesses restricted spending amid elevated inflation. My time is over, sir. 1 more minute. Sir, chairman has to allow. Sir,
Please.
Sir, it is by convention. It is by convention that the interest rates on small saving schemes, which Honorable Finance Minister is aware, should be 25 to 100 basis points above the 10-year bond yield, 10-year Government of India bonds. The Government of India 10-year bonds yield has increased 140 basis points from 6.04% to 7.46%. Therefore, it is the responsibility of the government to increase the PPF rates also from 7.1% to 7.8%. And also Sukanya Samruddhi Yojana from 7.6% to 8.3%. And Senior Citizen Savings Scheme has to be, rate of interest has to be increased from 7.4% to 8.1%. You can't have two different logics for the same subject. So I request the Honorable Finance Minister to take cognizance of this. Sir, inflation is worldwide phenomena as of now. However, it is the responsibility of the government to control it. Just because there is an inflation in Germany, just because there is an inflation in UK and also in US, doesn't mean that India can justify the inflation. It is the responsibility. Our neighboring countries also, yes, there is an inflation. Sir, everything is covered. Now, as Derek ji has pointed out, everything except some exempted items, everything is covered under GST. Even Tirumala Ghat is also not spared. This I have raised several times. And Honorable Finance Minister is not. All the BJP members would go to Tirumala and then pray the God, but their God is also being taxed. Sir, with this, I conclude. I am thankful to you. I request Honorable Finance Minister to take cognizance of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shri Sujit Kumar ji. Shri Sujit Kumar ji. Shri Sujit Kumar ji.
Why? Why, John?
Please, please.
Thank you, sir, for
No
permitting me
crosstalk.
to
No
speak
crosstalk.
on price rise, a very critical issue.